All right, guys. Here we go, dude.
Let's watch this electron fill up.
Oh, there it is. It's cockers. Okay. Did we put radiator fluid in it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Let's do that, but it has engine oil.
We got engine oil.
Yep.
We got gas.
Yep.
Now let's do some radiator fluid.
Yep.
And we're ready to start.
We're ready to ping this thing over,
Let's
bro.
go, baby.
Let's do this.
What's up, YouTube fam? You guys are watching the Linkage YouTube channel.
What's up, YouTube fam? Welcome to Linkage, guys. Thanks for clicking the video. Thank you for watching. Today, boys and girls, it's very obvious what's going on inside the title. We are putting together that straight rhythm motor for that 2006 RM250, piloted by no one other than Adam Knapp. So I wasn't going to do a whole build video on this thing because that would take a lot of time lapse and a lot of hours, but I'll kind of take you guys through what I'm doing and give you guys some insight into what goes into building a pro supercross ish straight rhythm bike. And of course, the views expressed in this vlog are solely those of Linkage and of no one else. Please consult your local dealership or owner's manual for directions. Got to do that, right? So anyways, guys, I'll flip it around, see what we got going on. It's the situation right now. I figure I'd stop, kind of show you guys where I'm at. So this stuff obviously takes a long time to do, and that's why I was like, you know what, forget it. I'm not going to sit here and drag you guys through all knocking out every single bearing and replacing every single bearing brand new, going through every single tranny piece and replacing every tranny piece brand new. I just basically handled it. I, took everything, put it in my solvent tank, and then after I cleaned it with solvent, Robert, thank you for bringing over stacks of brake cleaner to rinse off the solvent and get this thing so it's dry, because you want every mating surface, every gear dry. You don't want any residue like what's hanging in here from the solvent tank. You don't want any of that in there. So anyways, guys, what I got to do from here is basically press on our case. I mean, I got new bearings, new stator side seal, new countershaft sprocket seal, shift shaft seal. So this thing's going to be all brand new. This one was a pain in the neck right here. This is a clutch actuator seal, but we got it done. No big deal. Nothing's too big, too small for your boy here. And yeah, shout out again. We did on the other video to Valley Moto Shop. Eric over there hooked up a brand new cylinder, so I need to take everything out of the old cylinder and transfer. So like all the power valves, I have brand new studs right here. Brand new studs right here for the head. Brand new nuts for the top of the cylinder head. And then of course, to put this whole engine back together, I can't thank these guys enough. Bolt is such an amazing company. But Bolt supplied the entire engine fastener kit. So we're talking every bolt that goes along inside the case is here. For the cylinder, I think there's even cylinder head bolts in there too. Correct. And there is the little copper crush washers. All right, guys. So now I got the engine pressed together. The cases are together. Really cool. I had to just point this out. With this bolt fastener kit, when you open it, it is indexed. It lets you know that ignition cover, clutch cover, water pump case, crankcase, power valve, and cylinder head. That is where they're located at. Right now, I need the crankcase bolts, third from the bottom. So, grab those with a little copper crush washer. And put this thing in.
Put this thing together.
So guys, I need to give a big shout out from Adam and myself to Crankworks Incorporated. Guys, if you don't know about Crankworks Incorporated, they take your OEM rod, your aftermarket rod, whatever you want to run, they take it through a process of atomization, and they also balance it for your ride. And that's exactly what they did on our engine here, guys. So for Adam Knapp, reference Martin model RM250 stroke OEM, and we specialties, we had it balanced and atomized, guys. Makes it stronger, makes the lubricity, like the retention of lubricity better, and it's just going to be so strong, guys. So thank you, Crankworks. Huge shout out to you guys for doing this for us. We really, truly appreciate it. So, guys, I got all the Vertex gaskets going in right now. I got the clutch basket torqued down, primary drive gear, torqued down. And if you guys didn't know, a really cool trick is just get a copper penny. Get a copper penny and put it in between those gears, and then you're able to torque it according to whatever the torque specification your manual says. Costs you a penny, and it works really, really good. So, guys, I'm going to get the rest of this cover on, water pump, then we'll move on to the cylinder. That is going to be a lot of fun because I got to remove all the power valve stuff from the old cylinder and put it inside the new cylinder. But hey, we need to get it done. Guys, she's coming together so good. So I'm about to put on this Boysen sick. I mean, this thing is sick. Super cooler, right? I just wanted to show you guys why you need this thing. Look at the size of the propeller differences here. Look at how much more volume you're pumping between the Boysen and OEM. You guys are getting a lot more water pump pressure and volume with this thing. I highly recommend you guys get this thing, put it on your bike. If you're having problems overheating or even just getting hot, seriously, look into one of these from Boysen. This thing's amazing. And yes, I am loosening it, but that's because on this shaft, it's reverse thread. So I found that out a few seconds ago. Forgive me. Beg my pardon. But get that. That thing's sick. Oh, yeah, boys and girls. This thing is looking sick. Oh, can't wait. Would you just look onto it? It's a beaut. Okay. So, what I'm doing now, guys, now the bottom end's all together, I had to go back. I had to rewind, and it's always best, guys, before you complete, check your shifting synchronization. I had to mess with the shifting synchro on this side. It was out of clock a little bit, but I got it fixed, not a big deal. But it took me a good, amount of time to go and redo that. So, now, moving on to the top end. Again, brand new cylinder, so make sure you have your alignment dowels in there, because if you don't, it will misalign the coolant ports, your transfer ports, everything inside the cylinder, and you're gonna have a bad time. So let's go ahead and get this thing in here, and then we'll put on our piston. I like to put the gasket down first. Everyone's different. Some people like to put the rings and the piston on first and then put the gasket down. I'm weird. Let me be weird.
Whoa. Cut. This channel, guys, is about building badass dirt bikes, not about doing tutorials. So, I'm going to cut this, take a learning lesson from it. We're going to go now to Adamantic Nap's house with this completed motor. It looks sick. You guys are going to see it in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.
Alright, fam, I got all the power valve stuff together. I had to wait to get over here because this is where all the power valve stuff was, so I had to wait to get here. But look at this thing. She is just a work of beauty. It took a long time to get these cases all scrubbed up and brand new. I mean, someone like with the Vapor Home would have made that light work, but it is what it is. And guys, if you don't believe that this is a bike build, look at the pro Supercross rider himself getting down with the Scotch-Brite on the drill, trying to get this thing bling. So, I mean, guys, the elbow work, the elbow grease is going into this bike. We are not just buying brand new parts and putting them on a bike and making it look brand new. We are putting in the labor to really make this thing you know, a freaking race bike. You know what I mean? So, really soon here, guys, we're gonna drop the motor in the frame, and as you guys know, bikes are built around the engine and the frame. So after we get the engine in, then we can get that swing arm on that Addie's working on. Rebuilt, as you saw in the last episode, we rebuilt all the linkage. So it has brand new bearings, everything inside all the linkage. I know right now I can say the one thing that we're going to be less is suspension. It's getting done. We're going to have it next week. So probably even by the time you're watching this, we will have the suspension in our hands. But it's coming down, guys, to just the last few pieces. I remembered my torque spoke wrench today so I could get the wheels I laced up on the Turing machine, torque all the spokes. Addie went down to Santa Barbara Motorsports, picked up some tubes and the bead locks for the wheels. And a chain. Yeah, we're running the DID VT2. Really good chain, high tensile strength.
It's actually a new one. Go check it out. It's outside in that
box. All right, for sure. But you know, we're running a really nice chain. Ooh, look at this thing.
Super high tensile.
Ooh, I like X-Ring. All right, this is what he's saying. It's a ERVT. Okay. X-Ring Gold. It's brand new. It's a new DID.
It's like the new version.
Oh, of the ERV3 or?
Yeah, no, of the VT2.
Oh, of the VT2. Okay.
Yeah.
Slick. So yeah, I mean, got a new design, new chain. I'm sure it has a pretty heavy tensile strength.
Yeah, it's got
Let's see.
It says it has 300 more pounds of tensile strength than the VT2s.
Not sponsored by DID, guys, but I'm telling you, if you want a strong chain for your 450, 250, 250F, it doesn't matter, check out the DID 520E RVT. That's the new chain. Really high tensile strength. Plus, it is...
and another thing is that it is the highest tensile strength X-ring chain that still has a master link.
Oh, okay.
Because
so
anything that you go above that, the ERV,
you need to rivet it.
The ERV3 has a rivet on it. So this is the highest rated motocross X-ring chain that has a master link clip.
Oh.
So that's why we get those.
Hell yeah. Well, that's pretty sweet. Addie just finished up a great job on the triple clamps. He's been working hard, guys. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm doing all this by myself. This guy's been grinding.
Hey, dog, you did a lot. I've been doing the knick-knack stuff.
It's all right, but that's a lot of elbow grease stuff, though, man. Assembly, I mean, I sit down at a bench and just go, but this is a lot of elbow grease. So, guys, fingers crossed by the end of this video, you are going to hear this saying, pop over. So keep your fingers crossed that we just keep moving forward.
I even bought some 927.
I even brought some premix in the back. Yeah, it's already premixed in gas for Isaac's two-stroke we ran today.
That's funny.
So fingers crossed, guys. We won't have any suspension, but we will have this frame on where we can fire this thing up and just throw a quick heat cycle through it. But got a lot to do, obviously, so let's freaking go. All right, boys. The moment is here. Let's see, what side should we go in? Should we go stator side or clutch side? And it probably doesn't even matter, huh?
I know. Here we go. Oh, that went in so easy. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Here we go, boys. Ying, ding, 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 ding. Yeah, hot. Hot. Let's go, baby. You ready, Clint? Let's go. Oh, shit. Shout out, K-Dub.
Shout out, K-Dub.
Yee.
Let's go. Bro, you know we still have a ton of work to do, and here you are already shining the stuff, bro.
Dude, I just want to get the dust off my bike, bro.
Dude, I mean, like, seriously, we got a lot of work
I know
to do.
the frame's so clean, though. Like, look at this thing.
Okay, I feel you.
You know what I mean? It's just
you.
dust. Let me just... Okay, hold on. Look at that.
Oh my gosh, guys, click the like button if you just love what you're seeing right now. All right, boys and girls, so I just had to bring you up to speed. So we're not slouching. We got all the linkage together, torque down, swing arm bolt in. I mean, like, guys, we are starting to have a fresh out of the boxes RM250. Like, guys, I want to, this is a totally straight up thing right here, guys. Thank you, Bolt. It's come, they've come through. We were missing so much hardware. We were missing so much hardware, and then we just go right over to our bolt kit and be like, oh, there, will that work?
Yeah.
And then it's there. And then another thing was, Addy was stressed. He's like, Clint, we're not going to get this thing started tonight because we don't have a pipe gasket. And I'm like, bro, over in our engine assembly bolt kit, pipe gasket right there. So it's like, I can't even believe some of the stuff that Bolt had in there. Yes, they sponsor this project, but guys, I'm telling you, this they've been
Bolt's
a life.
the best, bro.
They've been
and like the sickest thing is like they took the time to where I think the coolest part about the Bolt kits is like when you look at the OEM Bolt and then you look at the new Bolt, it's like the same shape as the OEM Bolt too. So it looks alike, and then he comes with all the right lengths. So you're not putting a bolt in that's too long.
That's because I mean, like I was showing you guys. I'll show them last time.
You guys do not understand how big of a deal it is to have the right length bolt.
Yeah.
The day you put a bolt in that's too short and there's a foot-pound measurement for that thread, and then you take those threads and you're not tightening it down on all the thread, and there's, you know, that 2-3 millimeters missing, that thread doesn't have the strength to crank down at the right foot pound.
Or you don't even have enough threads to torque it, and it rips all those threads out.
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So when you don't have enough threads grabbing, you can't torque it as much, and if that bolt needs to be more torqued, you know what I mean? And then who knows, you could have a bolt too long that's pushing up against the back of some metal thing, and then now you're stretching it that way too. So make sure, people, you get the right bolts for the right holes. Just go to Bolt and get some shit.
I was showing them last night when I was building the motor. I mean, like, they had everything. As soon as I flipped the lid to this thing, I was like, boom, oh, snap. Done. So that, like, that made it so much easier. I mean, guys, we've been missing some. And look at, we're discarding all the old stuff because we're like, oh, why? We got new stuff to put in. So this thing, I mean, is really fresh. So
all right, I'm gonna go clean radiators, try to get this stuff clean.
Yeah, he's on cleaning duty, airbox, subframe, radiators. I'm gonna keep assembling, guys. I just wanted to bring you up to speed. I mean, it's looking really good, and guys, we got good momentum going. So I'll see you in a second, which won't even seem like a second to you because it's coming right now.
Well, at least I know I'm free. Something about the man who died and gave that right to me. So and I gladly stand up, fight for you. Tell me that song ain't hot.
'Cause there ain't no doubt I love this land.
God bless the U.S. I don't know the fucking rhythm.
It's country music, dude. There is no rhythm.
Hey! And I won't forget the men who died, who gave their right to me, and I gladly stand up. All right, we're getting it together, Clint.
Yep. Got a lot done, guys, since the last time you saw. We got cooling system on. We're starting to get the wiring around. We had a little debacle with trying to figure out the electron, what to do with the old carburetor, throttle position wire, and choke heater. But we got it figured out thanks to some forums online. Got that new chain guide on, OEM. You know it's like that new.
Got that electron carburetor on, like Clint just said. We had a couple electronics that we actually had to unplug to put the electron carburetor on. One of them was the throttle position sensor, and another one was the choke heater. So we had to take those out. But as of right now, we're starting to look more and more like a dirt bike.
Yep.
Getting everything dialed in. The triple clamps I kind of I wouldn't say shaved down, but I sanded down to get that black off. I think they look really good from the outside. Just really starting to take knick-knack parts, put them on. It's really starting to look good, to be honest. We're finding more parts
Literally, as we go,
that we thought, and we're like, oh man, here's this one, so it's starting to roll. I worked really hard on the tank, so we got this tank off of our guy Jeff Miller. He is like the Suzuki guy. It didn't come with a petcock, and as you guys can see, it's a little bit on the faded side, but you know, I scrubbed it up, tried to get all the dirt and the grime off of it. But as you can see, the stock tank that we had this issue right here. So
had the fitting ripped out of it.
So there's nothing we can really do about that except, you know, find a new tank, and that's not the easiest thing to do.
Especially for a 2006. So.
Yeah, especially for a 2006 RM250. Oh, we got a nice fresh mud flap, bringing that together. I cleaned this whole air box with the pressure washer and just simple green. You know, just got nitty gritty and really went after this thing, and man, it came out really good, especially for a 06. There's a couple, you know, minor plastic flaws, but you know, we're putting graphics on all that stuff, as you guys can see. Man, it did clean up a lot, though.
It did,
It cleaned up like...
You did a good job. Same thing with the radiators. She did a good job getting those radiators.
Yeah, I mean, as you guys can see, like, they were really dirty when I first got them. You know, we cleaned them up a lot. Just got down with the WD-40 and the Scotch-Brite. Really got in those cracks and just, you know, there's honestly, guys, nothing. There's really nothing that can replace just elbow grease.
Good old-fashioned elbow grease.
Yeah, so if you're doing a bike build and you're getting into it, yeah, new parts are cool, but half of the deal is really just putting some sweat and time and passion into your dirt bike.
Not to mention, like, just the feeling it gives you after you're done. It's like, dude, man, I put a lot of work in this thing and it looks great.
Yeah. I mean, just from like the wire wheel on top of the swing arm, you know, that I did, that looks pretty blinged out. It's pretty awesome. And just every little nitpick part that we scrubbed down. I actually did all the linkage too for this bike.
Yeah.
So that was kind of tricky. That was the first time I've ever done that. I pounded out all the bearings. I really, Clint, bleep this out. I really fucked it up.
Yeah.
The first couple bearings.
Thanks for the heads up on editing.
So, you know, it was like I was pounding out with a screwdriver. I had sockets, and of course, you know, I don't really have all the stuff to kind of, I don't really have the stuff to do it properly.
Like the bearing extractor.
Yeah, I don't have like a bearing extractor. So your boy just kind of took the hammer and the punch. I sanded it down just a little bit and kind of like got a nice little edge on it and tapped her around. And then some of those bearings were in there like swimwear. So I had to really get after it. And here, let's check it out. I'll show you guys one of the bearing inserts. So this is what I had to do. This is what I had to do to one of them. As you guys can see, I really hacked this thing. Luckily, I was really careful, and when I did hack this thing, I made sure that, you know, on the inside of the swing arm part, I was really, really careful to not make any gouges out of it. I made like a tiny little mark, but honestly, for what it was, I think I did a pretty damn good job of not jacking up. Guys, so we had a little bit of a dilemma. As you guys know, I'm sponsored by Yoshimura, and Yoshimura does not make a two-stroke pipe, but just about every competing exhaust company does. And initially, Yoshimura has a really good relationship with Bill's pipe, so we were going to go with a Bill's pipe. But as you guys know, it's not the one that was on Kevin Windham's old bike. But I called Bills, I called Brandon, he was super cool, but in Red Bull straight rhythm fashion, and everybody's high on two strokes right now, every single RM250 pipe was sold out. Brandon informed me that even the nickel plated, the Works ones and the cone ones were completely sold out for all the years from 03 to I think it's 08 that they made the RM250. So a little bit bummed about that, especially because Yoshimura has been so good to me, and I really do love their 4-stroke pipes. So shout out to them. Those guys are absolutely amazing. Shout out to Big E. Shout out to everybody over there. You guys are unbelievable. The support that you've given me and the horsepower that goes into that Yoshimura pipe is like second to none. So yeah, like I said, I just want to give a big shout out to Yoshimura and all the boys over there.
Put a brand new Yosh on your bike.
Yep,
today.
put a brand new, check this bad boy out. Put a brand new Yosh pipe on my bike for practice. Boom, freshy, check it out. Yeah, like, that's what I'm saying. Like, Yosh is so sick. I literally cruise by the facility, and they get me all dialed in. I mean, look at how brand new that thing is.
It is brand new, bro.
They get me all dialed in, and they just freshen my pipes up, and they're like, hey, Adam, come by, come pick up a new pipe, make sure that thing's all packed so you're putting out horsepower and making sure everything's fresh. And, you know, that to me is one of the biggest things, that they care that the product that I'm representing and that they want to put out is top quality. So I really, really appreciate that with my sponsors. With all that being said, it was kind of destiny, Clint.
It was.
It was kind of destiny because what are the odds of every single RM250 pipe being sold out? Like, it's like 0 to none. I mean, come on.
It's really thin, guys.
Let's be real. And, like, the turnover rate, because they were, like, and too, like, every pipe was sold out, and then they happened to switch press companies, so their pipe process is different, and they're back ordered, and, like, all kinds of weird stuff was going on where they couldn't even get one in 2 weeks. And then, so,
someone came through.
Dun, 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 dun. Went over by Pro Circuit, hooked us up, Works Edition PC pipe for the RM250, just like K-Dub. Can't wait to put it on, check this out, and represent one of the riders that made me want to get my RM 2-stroke back in the day. Not to mention somebody that I idolize and somebody that I feel like when I ride, I kind of look like K-Dub a little bit just because I'm so smooth and fluid on the bike, and definitely one of those guys that, you know, you just aspire to be all around, because I feel like Kevin Windham was that dude that everybody was like, dang, that dude's sick. You know, there wasn't one guy that was like, man, Kevin Windham is a real POS. Like, if you talked about Kevin Windham, everybody loved him, and that's kind of who I aspire to be. And I watched him enjoy riding dirt bikes. I watched him go fast on a dirt bike. And he was one of the dudes that I was like, I want to be like K-Dub. So thank you, K-Dub. Thank you, Pro Circuit.
This is for you, Dub.
This is for you, boy. Let's go. Kevin Windham, 14. Sobi Suzuki, coming back. Red Bull Straight Rhythm. Let's go. Squirrely 7 Deuce Deuce went to the dealership, and I got rim locks, and then they didn't have the front tire that I wanted because I wanted to get one of the new 53s. And when I didn't get the tires, I didn't get tubes. So yeah.
So
I'll probably pick up some tubes tomorrow, and then maybe just throw an old front on there with a fresh 33 rear. And
33s are great tires.
Yeah, no, the 33, man, I like. The 53, the brand new 53, I heard is really good.
I haven't tried the 53 yet.
But I know for a fact that new 53 front is sick, because we've been running them in Supercross for probably the last year and a half, testing that tire to make it and develop it. So that 53 pattern, I know for a fact how good that thing is, especially because the 33, like, your front and center, it was really good. And then if you had a really gnarly lean angle, it was really good. But it had this really washy mid area where that 53 has a consistent lean angle all the way through. So that's the tire we're going to use just for even, you know,
Yeah,
scrubbing.
but straight rhythm's a straight line,
Yeah,
bro.
but you're scrubbing, and when you scrub, you don't get that like
that off the
just
right off the
wash.
lip. Yeah,
you know
gotcha.
what I mean? Because there's like a little area where like it'll just push and scrub, where the 53 is better.
That's
than
good
the
info.
33.
So guys, check out those new Dunlop MX53s if you're understanding what Addy's saying. I mean, I think he broke it down real nicely, but that's a really nice improvement that, you know, Dunlop's constantly developing, guys, on tires. They really are doing.
If you're looking for a more solid mid, you know, like if you're looking for that mid lean angle and you've kind of felt like there's a wash point, 53.
Check the 53s.
Just get on a front 53, I'm telling you.
Hang on, this thing's pretty. Clicks right in. Yeah, baby.
Dang, boy! Come on! Back.
That's a work of art.
Dude. Clint.
That's a work of art, bro.
Clint.
I ain't got nothing, dude. There's nothing I can add on that. Like,
Dude, I just double checked my temp, and I think I got 2-stroke fever, bro.
you got 722
I think I got
stroke.
2-stroke fever, bro. Clint, you got 2-stroke fever, dog?
I've had 2-stroke fever.
I still think you gotta have a 4-stroke if you got a 2-stroke, but whatever, it's all good.
I'm gonna reinsert that clip of 2-strokes are pieces of.
Hey, compared to the 450 in the back, dude, like, I'm sorry, but for all y'all right there, the 450, you can't beat that thing, dude.
Literally.
Too much sauce.
Dun-na, dun-na, dun-na-na-na-na-na-na-na-na. Nice. What do you think, Bruce? You're up.
All right, guys. Here we go, dude.
Let's watch this electron fill up.
Oh, there it is. It's cockers. Okay. Did we put radiator fluid in it?
Not yet.
Okay.
Let's do that, but it has engine oil.
We got engine oil.
Yep.
We got gas.
Yep.
Now let's do some radiator fluid.
Yep.
And we're ready to start.
We're ready to ping this thing over,
Let's
bro.
go, baby.
Let's do this. Yeah.
Okay, so since the radiators were used, guys, we're just kind of doing like a semi-half butt radiator fluid with water, because what we're going to do is right after startup, we are just going to drain it all out and put some
nice.
good red line super cool water wetter in there to keep it nice and cool. So we're just going to do this kind of as a startup, make sure it's cool, and make sure we flush out the system.
Yeah, because we have no idea what's inside. The radiators outside are clean. Inside,
I kind of did a little wash, but there's nothing like when it's under pressure. So, Clint, we got radiator fluid.
we got gas.
And we got oil.
We just need a Kickstarter. This isn't e-start, bro.
I'm so scared.
Why are you scared?
Cause, dude, I'm nervous.
You want
bro.
me to start it or you guys start
No,
it?
I think you have to start it. We gotta find this Kickstarter though. Where did I put this thing?
It's up here somewhere amongst our slew of parts.
Oh my gosh, we have so much stuff. I cleaned it. That's
Oh,
why.
it's you're right. You did clean it because it's down here when you duck down to turn on the electron and see the gas flow.
Clint.
Yeah.
I'll put the Kickstarter on.
Oh, go for it.
I will put
You make sure you clock it right so it fits nicely in this notch here. That right here in this notch that Suzuki tried to make it so it tucks away.
Okay.
Boom. First try.
All
I'm
right.
impressed,
Let's
dude.
go.
We need the bolt.
Hey, Clint.
What?
Why are you surprised that I did that on the first try?
I'm surprised because you're not a mechanic for one.
No, bro. I still, okay, I still have a Kickstarter on my bike, bro.
Oh, RM Army.
I still know how to do it, bro.
RM Army.
Where's this bolt?
Yeah, I think you're right. Like the correct washer head and everything. And was it? Is it 10 mil?
No, it's a
12.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's a 12. Yep, just like I said. All right, I'm gonna clean this up over here.
All right, I'm just dragging the camera around everywhere. Live action footage. Oh, you guys have no idea how long we have waited for this moment.
I know, we're getting antsy too, because we're like we're ready. No, we're not.
We're ready. We're tired.
Yeah.
We've been doing this day on and day out. Addie's been going down south, working some things that you guys will see in the future. And you'll be stoked about that I can't divulge now, but he's been working hard on another project. It's pretty exciting. And then getting ready for Red Bull Straight Rhythm, getting married, Monster Cup prep. I mean, you are
And
no...
then that other thing that we can't talk about.
Right, and then the other thing that we can't talk about that's a
Is
really
even-
big time-consuming thing.
Yes, and it's probably...
Hey, can you dry up that so Mr. Bruce doesn't drink the little antifreeze that tastes so sweet under the bike?
Yeah. But yeah, the biggest thing we can't even talk about.
I know.
And that's like that's like one of the gnarliest things on the list. Where's that Loctite at?
Here's the cap. You need the cap. Here's the cap. No, I think I had it over here because I was putting
There's the cap.
I was putting all the exhaust stuff together, and I needed all the Loctite I can get. Now I was using it on the swing arm, on the pad,
Nice.
the rub pad.
Just a nice little bit of Loctite right there.
Yeah, that's kind of snazzy. The little clear foot bowl.
I know, it is kind of sick.
That's
Okay,
kinda snazzy.
here we go. 12 millimeter.
Hey, I cannot promise you I'm going to keep my balance on this thing without a front and rear wheel.
Yeah, no,
to
this is
help.
gonna be tricky. This ain't gonna be fucking. I mean, this ain't gonna be easy.
So what I'm going to do, guys, so you know on the YouTube fam, I'm going to start it with the choke on for literally a couple, like maybe 10 seconds. I'm going to cut it off, check for leaks. I don't think we're going to have any. But then I'm going to fire it up again. Oh, look, Bruce is going to attack. I'm not trying to start it, just trying to prime it. Alright. Here we go.
Was that really? That was first kick, son. Dude, I haven't heard a two-stroke in like 20 years, bro. It's time. Clint, we did it. Motor build, baby. 2006 RM250.
Man, what
Freaking K-Dub replica. Red Bull Straight Rhythm. Here we come. Let's go.
Let's go.
Oh, smell the aroma. Right, good. You ready?
I'm ready, bro.
That thing sounds good, bro. Warming her up, getting her all dialed in.
I was just gonna say idle's not set yet, so I just want to get some heat into it. We're not hot enough yet. We gotta keep going.
Hey. Watch out, baby.
Hey,
Red Bull straight rhythm. Here we come.
let's set the idle though. Yeah, Red Bull. You guys better be ready.